Hey, everybody. We have IDF soldier Eli Winninger back in the studio. He has completed 251 miles for 251 hostages, and he's back recovering from his injury, but he did it. Wow, wow, wow. Incredible.
Yep.
I mean, I know you're hurt and you're injured, but you
Big time.
did it. 251 miles. What kept you going? How did you do it?
I mean, I'd say the biggest one for sure was, as I said, the hostages. The reason I did the 251 versus the 240, so the actual race was 240. I added 11 miles on my own to make it 251, that there'd be a mile for every hostage and that not a single hostage would be left out. For me, it came down to no matter how much pain I was in, and I was in the most pain I've ever felt in my entire life at parts of this race, I thought, no matter how much pain I'm going through, the hostages are going through worse by far. And the other thing is being able to just walk around, go in the mountains, go for hikes. Like I was trying to think of it therapeutically. You're not running 250 miles. You're going for a 20-mile hike to the next aid station. All these things are things that the hostages would dream of being able to do and what we dream that they're able to do. So the least I can do is finish this for them.
And your mindset is really what got you through, but you physically were injured early on. How many
Yeah.
miles in were you when you got injured?
I injured myself around mile 50.
Oh,
It was a recurring injury that had flared up again, and it started hurting around mile 50 in and out. And I basically had to run another 200 miles on an injured knee. And it was really hard.
I mean, Eli, you kept going. You had 201 miles to go. You kept pushing through on an injured knee. You were in pain, and you did this all in 4.5 days.
Yeah, 4.5 days, 4.5 hours of sleep, thousands of calories eaten every day. I think I burned about 7,000 a day. Fun fact, I walked 530,000 steps. So 105,000 steps a day over the course of it. And yeah, it was, I mean, like I said, by far the hardest thing I've ever done. I would get up. There's a video actually on my Instagram where I have 40 miles left. I'm at the 211 mile marker. I just finished the most difficult section of the race. Tons of up and downs. It was about 8,500 feet of just up, down, up, down, up, down. And I'm sitting down speaking with a doctor because my knee's flaring up and really painful. And eventually, there's no other option. You just have to get up and keep going. And I had my brother on one side, my friend on the other side, my two poles, my hiking poles in front of me, all lifting me up. And I have 40 miles to go.
Oh, my God.
And I can barely get up on my own.
I mean, I know you say
That was a
you did it.
near-breaking
You did it, Eli, for the hostages. Obviously, your mindset was there and you were thinking, I've got to complete this. I've set my mind to it. I need to raise this money and I need to complete it.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything else going through your mind at that time that just pushed you through that said, you're going to get there?
Yeah. I was in so much pain. I realized that I didn't want to do that distance again. At least that's my feeling right now. Who knows what happens in a couple of years, but I didn't want to do the 200-mile distance again. I've done 50s, I've done 100s, love those. 200-mile distance was a lot for me, and I basically thought, I'm also the mindset of like, I'm never going to quit. And if I were to quit at this race, I would have to do it again next year.
Mm.
So for me, it was, if I quit right now, I'm coming back next year to do it again. You either tough it out for the next 50 or 100 miles, or you spend the next year training for this race again and coming back and going through the same thing and likely being in the same pain. So just get through it now.
And you got through it.
And I got through it.
But it's all mindset. I mean, you're a very...
Everything in life is mindset.
That's just, you're a soldier. You're a very strong human being. I mean, you sat down, you walked in here with a cane and you said to me, I'm in recovery mode, but I need to go back and serve in a few months.
Yeah.
You're already thinking about how you need to get back to Israel.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're getting called up for 2 months for now. To go back to war. And I mean, at least hopefully the war ends by then and everything ends. But at least for now, at the very least, it'd be border patrol in the north. That's what we're called up for. And right now, if they called me up tomorrow to go, there's no way I'd be able to go. I mean, I'd be a liability to them. So my goal is get it healthy as quickly as possible so that I can be ready to go back and serve with my team in 2 months.
Wow. So right now, in this moment, you are in recovery mode and you're healing. And the
Hmm.
moment you are done healing, you're going to get on a plane and go back to Israel to serve.
Correct.
She's just an incredible human. I mean, I just want to shout out to your parents for just raising such a good human being who you know your
Thank
purpose in
you.
this world. You know why you're
Yeah.
here. You're of service. You raised $40,000 for the
Hmm.
hostages to bring
Yeah.
them home through this race.
Yep. Yeah. So I partnered directly with Bring Them Home Now Foundation, aka Hostages and Missing Families Forum, the posters that you see and the rallies that you see in Israel. I've partnered directly with them. Every single dollar raised goes directly to them. Nothing comes to me. And that was the goal: was raise awareness and raise money for them. I mean, we were walking through. I was going through the race. Every aid station my family and my crew came to, we had big Israel flags planted everywhere. I was wearing this shirt, Bring Them Home Now shirt. On the back, I'll actually turn around just for the camera, I guess, but it says every single hostage's name
Wow.
on the back of the shirt.
Wow.
So that the hostages would be with me throughout the entire journey. Um, and that was it. I mean, it was really just for them. And we got to places, and even in the marketing of it, I would put up Bring Them Home Now posters around LA, and people would come up to me and they'd ask, who's missing? Or in Park City, I was putting them up and they'd say, who's missing? Do you know this person missing? And I'm like, and I have to explain October 7th and explain that the hostages are still gone and what's happening in Israel is because of that. So a lot of it was awareness. And even when we were in the race, people had asked me, they'd see the flag, and some people came up to us and they were incredible. They were like, hey, I know there's a lot of issues going on, but just know that we're with you guys. We want we want the hostages home. So it was really, really meaningful to see that.
That's so nice. So you felt very supported and loved throughout your journey. There wasn't any
Totally.
hate. You felt like you had a community behind you.
Yeah, luckily there's no hate. I think, yeah, I personally didn't feel any hate at all throughout
That's
the
so
entire
beautiful.
journey, which was really nice.
I mean, you've raised money, you've raised awareness, you've completed 251 miles. That'll
Yeah,
go down in the books for the rest of
yeah,
your life, a
yeah.
story you'll
I
share with
actually
your
have this
children.
belt buckle that you win for it. So when you finish, instead of getting a medal, you get a belt buckle.
Oh, wow.
That's kind of a cool little thing.
That's incredible. And
Yeah.
and Eli, what's next for you? When you come back from serving, God willing, hopefully you won't even have to go. Hopefully the war will end
Amen,
and the
amen, amen,
hostages will
amen.
come home.
Amen.
And then what's next for you?
Yeah, so when I come back, I mean, even starting now, I'm already going to be fully focusing on work and on building up my two businesses, one of which is online health coaching, focused on longevity. So really working on optimizing people's health, getting gut analyses, blood exams, following and tracking their sleep, optimizing their, muscle building, fat loss, just to make sure that they're not, that they are, at the very least, the oldest person in the gym and not the youngest person in the old age home, but also to make sure that, they're not just attending their grandchild's wedding, but they're dancing at it, doing all these things that everyone dreams of and wants to be able to and doesn't. I mean, one of the interesting things is people always think when they get to 50, they get to their halfway mark in life.
Mm.
But only 1 in 10,000 people live to 100. The average age is 74. So really, when you're 37, are you at your 50% mark in life?
Wow.
And people don't realize that. And they need to start when they're 30, 40, 50 years old. Otherwise, they're going to die young. So really, it's working on that and helping people live longer. And then the other one is my business. It's a e-commerce business that improves and optimizes breathing and the respiratory system, and it's targeted towards men.
Wow. I mean, Eli,
Yeah.
everything you do is about improving people and the world and making everyone feel better and look better and live longer. And
Amen,
just,
amen.
it's a beautiful thing. Thank you. Thank you for all that you do in every
Thank you.
aspect of your life. It's such a
Thank you.
beautiful thing. Can you do me a favor and look at that camera? Tell us where people can find you, if they can still donate to help the hostages. Any message you want to share, please.
Sure. So please, biggest thing you can do is keep raising awareness about the hostages. That's the most important thing. That's the reason I did this entire run. But if you'd like to donate, the link is still up. It's in my bio. You can go to @EliWinning, ELI winning, like you're winning a race, WINNING. You can donate there. The link's in the bio. And then you can also schedule a consultation with me if you have an interest in coaching, working on longevity, or if you're crazy enough that you want to run a marathon or a 50 miler or do some sort of triathlon. I coach them all. So please reach out to me. I'd love to help you. I'd love to work with you. Am Yisrael Chai.
Thank you so much, Eli, for being who you are. Everyone watching, it's been a year since the hostages were taken. There's still 100 hostages being held in Gaza, and we all have to do our part. So go to the link in the bio for Eli. Donate if you can. Repost this. Raise awareness. We all have a part. We all have a voice. Let's use it to make the world a better place. We'll see you all next time right here on Moms Matter.